Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to X's Gaming Series. I don't know which buttons to hit on my computer, but we are about to get started here between Bronze 6 versus Phoenix Rising East. PR1 is their ticker symbol, which indicates this is the flagship team for Phoenix Rising and their highest here in the Heroic Division. So there was one team that has pulled out. I think that team may have actually gone to Storm Division. Why they quote unquote think that's so. Right now is the first we're seeing many of these. But Bronze 6, one of those teams that's really just been on the rise for a long time. I remember it wasn't that long ago they were in division. Um and they did really well, and they pretty much every season since they've climbed up the division. Good on them, strong team. On the other side, got some names team before. And Thingy Boy. Some really solid players. So I think we're set up for a good match here. I'm excited. Hope you're excited. We're gonna get into the draft soon. Taking a look at the map on 6, banning out Praxis. The other side, Rising, banning. Excuse me, not Tomb, Cursed. That is my mistake. Oh yeah. Sorry. Uh, Phoenix Rising banned out Praxis. Tomb. Ron 6 banned out Cursed and Ryan. So we're going to Towers of Doom first, as you map the choice of Phoenix Rising Esports, which means that they have the esteemed role. My mic is cutting out a bit. I'm not really sure why. They have the esteemed role of banning Zakara. Oh man. All right. Turn my noise gate down. That could be causing me to cut it in. Pardon me. Sorry, had to sneeze a bit. So there's the traditional Zagara ban as the second picker must do here in Nexus Gaming Series Season 12. It's a glorious traditional event. Dahaka Urel, so some off-lane bans right out of the gate. Pardon me. I have been taking allergy meds. Crazy. Not made a difference. There is Lucio pick. So Lucio, I think, is just exceptional right now. High 5 is really good. Did get some survivability nerfs. So on some of the lower divisions, his popularity's fallen off a bit, but certainly hasn't fallen up here in the higher divisions as we see Brightwing and Hogger picked up as well. So Lucio and Brightwing really very popular. Could see a tank pick here. Could also see a damage and a Hogger response if they already have one in mind. A lot of opportunity really for them. Pretty much any kind of pick combination could work, and we see the tank offlane. So especially with the offlane choke that's kind of going on here, wanting to get their offlane now, it is Rexar. Danny gonna be on the Varian, presumably their tank, unless it's a Twin Blade Varian. Hey. Icus gonna be banned out here. Sensible ban with the Varian at play. Icus is able to sit still and just pew pew with a minigun up and a Varian taunt. That's gonna be Itches is the ban. Sensible ban, especially on this map. Arguably Stitch's best map. Here in Curse Toller with very Pardon me, I will stop blowing my nose. Falstad and a noob. Not a surprise to see the noob picked up as a tank. The Falstad's a bit... unusual's not the right word. It's not as common, certainly. Especially when they seemingly already have the offlane with the Hawker. But the global can be valuable on this map. It's just I worry a bit about the damage output. They're going to need a pretty strong third damage dealer, counting Hogger formula as damage. But a noob does bring some decent damage. There's the Cassia. Love that pick coming out from on 6. And then Sylvanas. Well, 2 really strong damage choices. I love this draft out of
with honor, redemption.
On 6. The Hanzo is interesting. So they have a lot of poke follow-up for an Anub dive, and Hogger can of course go in as well, but they don't have like a lot of presence with the Anub when Anub steps up. That is to say, if Anub gets bullied out, I don't know if there's much they can do past the Mighty Gust. We'll see. I mean, I think both of these drafts are very strong. Just the Falstad seems a bit more gadgety to me. Which is to say that if it works, it's probably going to work excellent. To be clear, these players are way better than all of them uniformly. As we start getting into the game here, though. Again, taking a look at our map bans. So this is a best of 3 series. Sky Temple back in NGS this season, replacing Gardens of Terrors. But here we go into game number 1. Bronze 6 and Phoenix Rising Esports. So let's go ahead and start by introducing Bronze 6. On the left side, it is going to be Danny on Varian, Mark on Cassia, Secret 333 on Rexar, Kira going to be on Sylvanas, and Ferret 102, not 101, you bastard, on Lucio. Golden, going to be playing Rexar, Alfie on Falstad, Gingy Boy on Anubarak, Shredded Wind on Brightwing, and Split 2 Ends is going to be on Hanzo.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Here we go, take a look at those level 1 talents. We oh my god. The memes. Here we go now, looking at the talents. We do have the charge strikes coming out from Cassia. Going with more of an auto attack build rather than that poke build. But already wave clear advantage favoring the members of PRE. They start to head down towards this bottom lane. Keeping in mind that Bronze 6 does not have a tank until level 4. They're leaving Sylvanas currently in the middle. Just wanting to make sure they don't miss any of that soak. They could really use a wish right now, though. Wish right now. Auger coming up. Going with the aggressive route. Gonna start working on this lane. Sylv, of course, hanging out in the mid just because Hogger, you know, will naturally fall behind a little bit. Rexar, excuse me, will fall behind a little bit right now if left to them, I think. It's fairly close. So. Here comes the invade. Ooh, Anub managed to get on the point and stall, but Game Boy is rather low. So, however, are the health bars. Comes out of Bronze 6, but ultimately nobody getting the kill, and it is Bronze 6 getting stalled. Oh, Golden may be in a bad spot. The health bars, though, just so low. But Lucio, good a sustain healer. Going to be able to get some of them back up. There are some sappers, though, coming in right now from PRE. Ferret 102, I completely agree with the beast. Ferret 101 is a fucking scrub cake. Ferret 102 is pretty good. But there we go. So still, despite kind of that first kill going over to Bronze 6, you can see the Sapper War ultimately favoring PRE there. So really, that death didn't make as much a difference. Mark is actually quite low here. Anoop trying to set up the engage. The chase on, but Mark does get enough healing from the Lucio Amp It Up to get away. And Lucio is actually taking the level 4 quest. If you hit 3 enemies with a single sound wave, you get the extra arc. But the main reason you take that is just the bigger knockback. But the good flank there on the Falstad by Kira with Rexar does secure that kill. So now should be in this triple altar phase, should be advantage going over to Bronze 6. They'll get the 4-shot lead. Kira, though, on a rundown right now. And Hanzo managing to get the finish. And here comes Brightwing. And Hanzo's going to get away. Kira, you okay? Are you okay, Kira? Kira, are you okay? Are you okay, Kira? You've been struck by a smooth criminal. That was stupid. We're just going to ignore that. But yeah, really, really good play there by the Hunt. First kill for PR1. Now cleaning up this bottom lane. Kind of a 1-1-3 once again. You're seeing the same thing though with the Hogger. Hogger actually now working on the beach camp up top. Misha is actually nobody has scouted this top. Hogger's just gonna get it. Oh, Zapper's top have been put into play. Down here in the bottom, Bronze 6 starting to work on their own sappers. As is PR1. But possible flank here onto the Sylvanas. Gonna just hang around, make sure no invade occurs. The sappers start their march around the back way into the lane. Pardon me. Here they come, taking some damage right away. Actually, already 2 sappers down for Bronze 6. All 3 staffers are still pretty healthy. And here comes Falstad on the flank, along with the Hogger. Big flank. Are they going to be able to get this Varian? No. Good disengage there by Bronze 6. But that little retreat does buy Brightwing the space to grab that channel and equal up the score here at 32 a pop. So Rexar just going to go straight top. It was a good little engage. They've definitely, I think, wanted to get a kill there, just because they are a bit down on XP, but it still at least gave them a situation where they're not going to fail to have level 10 before the next important thing happens. And so ultimately not a big deal to be down kind of that quarter level, third of a level they're down now. Even the sappers aren't going to be up for over a minute, so just not a huge difference. Level 10 though, we do have the high 5. It is Shield Wall coming out from the variant. There's the Mind Control from Sylvanas, which is going to be used to follow up the taunt. Going to put a lot of pressure on Brightwing Cleanse. She did not go Cleanse build, so she's not going to have CDR. So it's a 2-minute, or just shy of a 2-minute cleanse, like what, 100 seconds? That said, Rexar does get picked off in the top lane. Ooh, big Dragon's Arrow. But we have the Boars, we have Lightning Ball, and then on the other side, Gust, Blink Heal, Cocoon, Dragon's Arrow, and I can't remember, Shockwave. That's what it is. So not the Horda part, but going with the Shockwave, getting that extra CC. Mighty Gust was used there, trying to set up an engage. Oh, Varian was very low, and the Polymorph helped secure the kill. That said, possible stun here onto the Hogger. Can they make something happen? They cannot. And so, Brightwing once again getting the channel. That is 4 more shots. 2 single altar phases, though, in altar phase 2 and 3. It means we could be in for a longer game here. Ooh, Falstad kind of against the wall, manages the barrel roll out. Bronze 6, however, does manage to ultimately win those sappers back. Still with a very slight XP lead, albeit very slight. By the way, Lucio did finish that quest at some point. Walking in these bottom sappers. Bottom right sappers have not been picked up at this time. Falstad is coming down, however. Sappers are getting low. Falstad, there's the flank gust. They managed to get Lucio into a bad spot. There's the poly. Lucio going to be able to speed boost out of there. Falstad looking to cut off, but a really good set of moves there by Lucio, making sure to get away. Sappers, however, don't get in, don't do any damage. And once again, kind of stuck in this 1-1-3 here. Sylv, though, on the flank. Now actually going to come down. I think may have seen Hanzo, or Hanzo may have seen her. In either case, the objective is being started. The sappers, excuse me, but the objective timer just came up. It looks like Bronze 6 is going to be able to complete this invade. With the level 13, they went ahead and brought Rexar down. Nothing to really earn in the interim. Har gets the rest of the soak mid. He's hovering mid. Can come down. Looks like he's going to do just that. Sappers trying to be walked in here in the bottom. Cassia going to have the stall. But really, really good sapper management here by PR1. PR1 basically hasn't let a single sapper through in a meaningful way, it feels like, this game. Lucio, good dodge onto the Hammerang. Good taunt into the mind control. Has Falstad low out of fight. Hogger, by the way, has gone down. A noob unable to escape. Caster curse. Nobody dies while they're on screen. Lucio is holding this bottom cap. They are going to convert the tower, and now Lucio is going to go ahead and do the channel. So that should be 5 shots heading over to the side of PR1 in favor of Bronze 6. They now have a 5-point lead in this game. Now, here comes the shell game. They're going to start immediately turning their attention onto this mid tower. There's the mind control into the taunt. They find Falstad. Kira is taking tower shots, needs to back up. Here comes the defense, but that tower is very low and could be finished at any time. Now what's the play here for PR1? Do they stay here and defend mid? Do they try to reconvert bottom? What's it going to be? It looks like they're going to head bottom to try to reconvert, but you're going to see Bronze 6 come down and look for the defense as well. And, you know, this tower is still almost full health. And with a Hanzo, not a lot of structure damage right now. Especially, you know, with the W build being the focus. So, gonna be tricky for PR1 to make anything happen here. They're gonna go ahead and just reconvert the mid. That does leave the bottom in the hands of Bronze 6. They're gonna start working the sapper game now. Triple ultra phase coming up. 2 top, 1 bottom.
It is nearly time.
Here comes the taunt, looking for a noob. And Sylvan Rexar in that top left corner are working on getting 3 more sappers walking down the lane. Potentially 6 shots coming down the lane. This is a situation where if you get these sappers in, you can give up both of the top objectives if you want and still come out on top.
Swift heroes.
Channel coming down here in the bottom. Looks like Rexar is going to stay. Lucio's going to come up, stall this top left. Noob ready to engage onto it. And, ooh, it looks like they're actually going to be able to get 2 out of 3 here. That's 10 shots to 3. That's 7-point benefit in favor of PRA. And actually just one of the sappers, I think, just went in. That'd be net 8. 12 to 25 right now. 13-point lead. Oh, there's a big focus onto Gingy. Gingy goes down. And Bronze 6 playing really well. They find another kill onto Hogger. All this while under the opponent's tower. They're going to go ahead and convert the mid. And now Gonna run straight top and look for the same, and Sylva's taking the aggressive path. No, she's not. Let's say if she went around the right side, that's just a show-off move. With the wall still up, probably not the best decision. Gonna go ahead and take the wall. They're gonna send Rexar down from the looks of it just to stall and defend while the rest of them try to kick 6-cap. He just needs to stall for a little bit to get some shots in. But that said, Falstad's going to be able to burn this down, I think, fairly quickly. And so, no 6-cap shots go through. But the shell game continues. Now, once again, 5 towers versus 1. So immediately a noob and company having to turn their attention to this mid tower just to open something up. If they reconvert the... Ooh, boss using that advantage, get the boss. They're reducing the core health down to 7. This is potentially lethal on the side of Bronze 6 in their favor, I should note. They can get both of these objectives. They don't have to get both, obviously, but they do find Falstad down here. All of damage didn't land. Ferret, though, is going to be able to get the channel here in the back. Oh, max range Mighty Gust to interrupt. There's the Cocoon trying to get Gingy Boy out. Looks like Misha has fallen, I believe. Some good damage there from Falstad onto the Varian. Cassie tries to go into the back, gets polyed, not able to really finish up damage. But this tower has not been channeled, and they need to get a stall there now. Okay, they do get the stall. They are down to 2 core health. They have to win this fight, PR1 does, in order to keep the game alive. Kira's able to get out of there. Game Boy getting low. Gets the Brightwing heal in time. Good stun combo. Starting to get Danny low here. And it looks like Bronze 6, recognizing that they have a lot of options to win the game. They don't want to lose kind of momentum here. They're just going to back up, take the 3 shots, and be up 20. And now going to go back to working these sappers and trying to focus the bot lane while PR1 is busy bringing up this top right. Still going to start working this tower down. Sapper's going to be grabbed. Expect to see this top or bottom right sappers invaded as well. Black arrows have now run out. Sylvanas and Varian, though, going to convert this bottom tower in a second. So this is 6 sappers coming towards the bottom. If 2 get in, the game ends. So you are seeing all hands on deck here for Phoenix Rising, but they are fighting into level 20. And there is the rooting Boars coming out, just trying to buy space. Again, only 2 sappers need to get in. Oh, big burrow charge from a noob, but it's Falstad is going to be the first to fall all the same. And now the 2 sappers get in. There you go. And Bronze 6, once they got control of that game, they just ran away with it. Really strong showing by them. Pretty even to the midpoint of the game, and then midpoint on was just all Bronze 6. Really did a good job in the macro with the shell game. Just taking structures, making sure they always had a 1 structure advantage. Really worked out well for them in their favor. Good showing. Obviously, I mean, you look at the kill the death count, and just getting that taunt mind control combo online was just absolutely valuable. So we're going to set for game number 2. We'll see if Phoenix Rising can get back in this series and take us to a game 3. We'll be right back. Thank you everyone for watching, and stay. Alright, hello everyone, DB Smiley here, bringing you this game number 2 between Bronze 6 and Phoenix Rising Esports. You know, Phoenix Rising Esports was able to win 2 of the solo objective phase early in the last match. Ultimately, just all Bronze 6 from the midpoint of the game on. Once they got their taunt mind control combo up, it felt like something PR1 had a hard time dealing with that lack of cleanse. We'll see if there's any kind of response here to that. Battlefield of Eternity. Very, very different map. Towers of Doom. Toon Lane map. A lot of jungle space. A lot of vision control can be valuable. See the Lucio banned out. Jarrell, once again. Now, Dahaka not going to be as contested on this map. One would imagine. So I suspect that they'll let the... Well, I suspect they'll let Dahaka through if it lets them ban out. I don't know if Zag is like super, super important. I honestly don't know. A noob gonna be denied. Bitches. So Zag is available, but again, this has never been like a map that's figure out. They're still gonna pick it all the same. Zag incredibly powerful right now. Specifically, the issue is just with Banshees. Zag can sit outside of vision range and just burn down towers. And there's no counterplay short of eating Baneling damage. Annoying. There we see Johanna going to be able to act as a good frontline ward and Rainer. There's Stukov, and there's Dahaka. So they are going to go ahead and grab Dahaka here. So I assume this is a 4-man Zag. Of course, nothing wrong with that right now. Stukov going to be picked up here. Biotic armor has been nerfed, so I'll be interested to see if Shredded Wind still picks that. It used to be, what, 15 physical armor? I think now it's like 10 or maybe even 8. And I know the burst armor went from 75 to 50. But it's still a good counter to Rainer. See the Mei banned out. Then the other way could be a bright way. Maybe Cassia. Not wanting to let Cassia back into their lives. Cassia was very strong by Mark on the last map. Kira could grab the Sylvanas. It can still be good on this map. Especially if you have the Rainer, you can be pretty sure you'll win at least one objective. Unless you're like hard losing the game otherwise, which doesn't matter. They're going to grab the Anduin and the Sonya. So they're going to hold Kira's pick. Anduin is going to be able to pull people out of those Dahaka tongues. Does have good sustained healing to kind of keep up with Zagara's damage as well. Light Bomb Falling Sword is also very much a possibility. Or Light Bomb Leap. Either is a valid option. Especially to get onto that squishy kind of Zagara Stukov backline. And then we see Diablo going to be picked up. As well as Li Ming. So Li Ming, of course, good on this map for the ability to kind of just poke. Get some burn that way. No real AA damage on the side of PR1, but that's not a major problem, given that there's a Joanna anyway. And Diablo and Dahaka do decent auto attack damage. Medivh.
Let the games begin.
This is a Medivh pick. Right. Well, I haven't really seen Medivh in a while. So I'm very interested in how this gets played out. Just try, I guess, just the portal past the Diablo. Just go straight into the backline. At that point, you don't even need Falling Sword. You could just, you know, just go Bless Shield, like go into their backline and Bless Shield that way. So, interesting matchup here. Anytime you see a Medivh, you know you're in for potentially a fun game. Portals and shields and all that. Should be a fun matchup here on the battlefield, which is most eternal. Here we go. Bronze 6 versus PR1. Game number 2. Let's go ahead and introduce on the left side. It's going to be Danny on the Johanna. We got Mark on Rainer. Ferret 102 on Ando. And Kira going to be on the Medivh. And up in the top, 333 on the Sonya. Bronze 6. And on the right, Phoenix Rising Esports. Golden is on a Golden Dahaka. It works out. I really like that. Alfie is going to be on Yara. Gingy Boy on Diablo. Shredded Wind on Stukov. And Split 2 Ends is going to be on Lee Ming. Balance. Yara just going to go ahead and get down all that tasty, tasty creep. Num 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 num. Haka has yet to pick a level 1 talent. We're holding out. Interesting to see that. Is going to go with the W talent level 1. Ooh, there's some separation onto Joe. She was in silence, so she could not pop Iron Skin. Now protected, by the way, but the body blocks have been very strong. So Medivh forced to drop the portal there to get Johanna out. Ooh, Li Ming chunking some tasty damage into Danny there, though. Stukov going with those reactive ballista spores on the other side of Anduin with the W build so far. Ooh, alright, Iron Skin, well timed. There's the cleanse from Anduin. Danny, though, is very low and actually was so slowed, couldn't get to the portal. Really good job there by Shredded Wind, helping to get the big slow. And allowing that rundown of the Iron Skin less Joanna. And that will be, thank you. We will take your... Ooh, there's some focus onto Rainer. Portal comes in, though. Rainer manages to get out. Medivh halfway done with the Master's Touch. Right now, slight edge to PR1. Of course, looking to come back from that loss in game number 1. Game just kind of got away from them late. Shredded Wind with the classic annoyance Stukov E. Rainer gonna just go ahead and say, alright, enough channeling that literally forever. But right now, things looking pretty good for PR1. They've already gotten the wall down, and you know, you can't even attribute all that just to having Zagara. A lot of it is just really good play here by Li Ming and Stukov, as well as Gingy Boy on that Diablo. Can be a terror. Up in the top, Sonya, Dahaka going at each other like a couple of off-laners going at each other. I don't know, that metaphor got away from me. But the point is, they're just doing their thing. Both teams level 4. We do get the biotic armor, which I thought we would. Such primary damage onto the Rainer. Anduin's still thinking about his 4. Zagara. What is Zagara building? Is Envenom Spine. There we go. So. Damage there. Bottom Bruiser Camp still pushing. They're going to go ahead and break off, not worry about it just yet. Start the burn. They'll send Zag down to deal with that. Gotta think the burn favors Bronze 6, however, and so far that is absolutely true. Should be noted, though, Rainer did not go Exterminator. Rainer went in... Oh, wait, no. I'm wrong. He absolutely did go in. I thought Exterminator had a different logo. Maybe I'm wrong. But, ooh, Stukov stepping up, doing a couple Falcon punches on the Mark. Mark getting the cleanse to get out of there, but Sonya nowhere to go, gets pushed against the wall, and then a Li Ming orb finds. There's the silence. Danny trying to walk away. That silence was huge, otherwise Danny was dead to rights. But that said, such a big burn favorability to Bronze 6. They just need to walk up and just buy a little bit of damage. The Medivh portal's down. Diablo in position to wallbang if anyone comes through it. Nobody does. By the way, Medivh has finished the Master's Touch. Always huge, especially doing it this early. Huge XP lead now, though, thanks to that Dahaka in favor of Phoenix Rising Esports. And so, you know, they lose the battle here, but they might well be winning the war. already a full level up this early in the game. The objective will come top. So it's going to be incumbent upon Bronze 6 to get a lot done with this, but no. Li Ming and Zhang, they're pretty good defenders. They're hard to push into. You can see the Banelings coming out, just absolutely shrekking that Immortal. There's the flip over the wall, but it is a Joanna, and the wall does fall soon after. Immortal does get up onto the structure itself, starting to chunk some damage out. Game Boy actually did get stunned there by the Immortal, got slowed at kind of an opportune moment. A good portal there, getting everyone out. Good disengage there by Bronze 6. Still down a bit on the XP count, however. They're going to make a play for this siege camp. Medivh keeping vision. Diablo looking for a charge over the wall. Does find Joanna. And they have the portal out, so with that, siege camp is going to go over to Phoenix Rising 1. The Haka did burrow top. So Sonya now immediately going to turn her attention, try to burn down this bottom as quick as she can. Dahaka starting the rotation. Ooh, Mark getting flipped there, but is going to be able to escape. So Danny a bit low on health at the moment. Gonna go ahead and drop the tap. And Sonya, not winning that 1v1, gonna have to back up. So both siege camps heading on the side of Phoenix Rising Esports. So now, just a lot of poke damage going back and forth. Oh, here comes the portal. They want to get into it aggressively. Stukov with the silence on the portal, though. Prevents the worst of that. Good silence. Stukov gonna go ahead and drop back and get the reset. Did go Growing Infestation, by the way. Target Excision was the pick for a while. It got pretty heavily nerfed. It went from a 5-second cooldown to an 8, which is significant. It's very significant. So, I've been seeing a lot more Long Pitch and Growing Infestation. And I really like that pick here with the portal. Good tag there by Diablo. Starting their Bruiser camp to go into the top lane. Medivh gonna try to get some push here, maybe try to secure that top fort. Gonna be hard to do with the Bruiser about to come in. Defensive positions. Ooh, Sonya isn't. Oh, blows the leap. Huge leap. A little bit later, and that is a dead APOC Sonya. Dag getting some good poke in here. R1 again looking to take into game 3. Gets the good flip stun into the Joanna, but she did have the Iron Skin to avoid the Stukov super slow combo follow. Dahaka now stepping up. Danny's actually taking a ton of damage. There's the Light Bomb, though, protected, by the way, as well from the Medivh, but the ISO onto the Medivh. Now Kira's in a bit of trouble. Kira is going to be able to walk away, and it looks like this Immortal will be won by Phoenix Rising. The question is, will they get any kills? And the answer is yes. They will. Good flip into a Dahaka tongue. Now cleaning up the top is Bronze 6. And Dahaka already down here prepping the lane. He's going to back, so presumably we'll go top. Sonya can run up and just finish this top fort, so they should be equal on structures, all things considered, here in a second. We're going to be very reliant in these team fights on this Leap Light Bomb combo. It's going to be hard to do if Sonya has to blow her leap to escape a gank attempt. Diablo's actually heading towards the top, presumably to cut off the Sonya engage, and does in fact find Sonya in pretty prime real estate here. Ooh, good slow there by Shredded Wind, and forces the leap out once again, and so, you know, this is the best way to prevent that Light Bomb Leap combo. Just make sure leap always has to be used defensively. Meanwhile, Zagara still just taking down these towers down here because, of course, that's what Zagara's doing. What else would you do on Zagara? Make structures for free. Why not? Top siege is up, currently being used as bait. Here comes the Haka into the back. Uses the ISO onto Joe. Here comes the APOC combo with the silence. Oh, great cleanse there by Ferret 102. Ferret 101 definitely would not have been able to make that cleanse. Ferret 102 really, really living up to that +1. By the way, there is no one called Ferret 101. Just sad, angry little man trying to make jokes. Here comes the engage. Diablo very aggressive. Stuttgart Valley does now have root combo available here at level 13. And they will go ahead and just take this fort. And Sonya, meanwhile, did not get the top fort. So, big XP trickle advantage. Here comes the light bomb, but Joe just trying to rush to get through the portal. Wasn't ready for it. Great Devouring Maw, on the other hand, sets up Medivh, and Alfie just gonna back for style. So there we go. So that fort's still standing. Pardon the yawning. But we're on 6 a bit on the back foot right now. Now, you know, this is where I think I don't know if letting the Zagara through ultimately working out in their favor. Zagara has certainly added a lot of siege damage, but I really think it's just been the synergy of this Diablo Stukov, and shred it win for that, because his timing is just very on point. He's getting really just extremely high value out of these silences. So defensive positions for the first objective. Zag on the flank, getting some poke damage. Here comes the APOC combo onto Mark, and credit Ferret, he's getting great cleanses. It's just the issue is now he doesn't have a cleanse for the rest of this fight. So now it's just strictly on his healing, and leap into the backline was used. There's the light bomb. Secret trying to get on a shredded. Good, massive shove. But Secret does finally go down. Mark all over the backline. Great, protected by the way. But now Diablo all over this Rainer. Li Meng, ooh, good. Good job by Mark getting out of that. Could have been flipped back into the Li Meng orb. Managed to avoid it. So right now it is Stukov in the penalty box for another 13 seconds. Could give them some time to burn, but just this poke damage from the Li Ming and the Zag ultimately making hard to step up, even with the 5v4 advantage. And yeah, it's not the first time we've seen that this game, where, you know, yeah, you can get a kill. Well, actually, no, take that back. It is the first time we've seen this game. Not the first time we've seen this series, where Bronze 6 gets a kill but can't immediately do something with it. And in this case, it's just their health bars were too low. And so, you know, despite getting that kill, they barely get any immortal damage at all from it. And Bruiser Camp was actually picked up in that time by PRE. Good knockback by Mark. That was so clutch. Dahaka went in on the flank, did not land the tongue. But here come the Banelings. My goodness, it's just the London Blitz, but it's Baneling. Oh my god. Ooh, there is some good focus on the Medivh, but here's the leap follow. Managed to get the Stukov while the Diablo was focused in on to trying to punish Medivh. That said, Joanna goes down, and once again, first kill the Bronze 6, but not able to really do anything with it. They do get the portal and manage to get away. Baron Maw just a hair late. Ooh, but gets interrupted out of the bird form. Now protected, by the way. Sonya dies for Medivh Sins, and Medivh dies for them anyway. And so now, once again, first kill the Bronze 6. Huge turnaround, though, by Phoenix Rising, and ultimately working out very bigly in their favor. Here you go, and a big, heavy shielded immortal, and it's going to go, assume top. Yeah, top. Bottom, obviously, already has a ton of wall damage. Haka, though, managed to tank top, so again, more pressure into this top lane. And, you know, for as much as the second half of game number 1 was all Bronze 6, this game even more so in favor of Phoenix Rising. And need to be careful about stepping up because they don't see the members of Phoenix Rising. A little cleanse blown prematurely there. It does not have the second cleanse yet either, so this is an opportunity for Diablo to look for that APOC combo if you can find it. With the cleanse down. Second cleanse charge. No, did not go second cleanse charge. Went inner focus here. Still though, no trigger pulled, but they get the top keep. And now going to start working their way down towards the bottom. Maybe see if they can get some poke damage onto this bottom keep. Yeah, again, if they want to play it that way, they can literally just play Protect the Zag and Ming and let them just burn down the structure from deep. Big tongue there onto the Sonya. Protected, by the way, comes out. Whirlwind being used to buy some healing. Uses the leap to try to get onto the Ming, but Ming managed to get away. The portal was there. Secret could have used that if the goal was escape. I think they were trying to engage onto the Ming, though. But now Raynor dies too, and this could be checkmate. It's not implausible that this is checkmate. No, I don't think they're gonna. They're just gonna play this slow. They are gonna be able to look at this though. But this game has just been all Phoenix Rising. Really got their mojo back. Brute combo onto Joe. There's the APOC combo, and that is another kill. And that is a massive stagger. That's a 40-second stagger. Are they going to look to end? They're not leaving, so they're looking to end. They have the Shaman. There's the focus, looking on the Raynor. They do get rooted by the core. Core shields, however, are falling. Leyline Seal comes out. Leap into the back. They're looking for Shredded Wind. They find Stukov. But Anduin goes down in trade. Death Timer, however, is significantly longer. Zagara goes down. That'll certainly end any dreams of a core push. But that said, Raynor just gets absolutely finished by Li Ming. Game Boy is not leaving. Oh, good protected, by the way. Absolutely clutch protected, by the way. But yeah, I mean, this core has definitely taken a beating, 73%. But it's not 0%, and that, where there's core health, there's hope. But it is going to be a tough comeback here for Bronze 6.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Here we go. And 73% on the core. Actually, shields are dropping here, but they're not zeros. Point, might as well click on that. Kind of keep an eye on that core health pool. Each camp is pushing into the top. So they can't stay here and defend forever on the side. Oh, Sonya, once again, going for these leaps to the back. Does not quite hit onto the target. Oh, and Sonya's going to get popped. Light Bomb was used onto Sonya, so that doesn't even go off. Medivh goes down. That is it. That is, Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. That will be the game.
I must find another way.
They're going to go straight to core. Looks like they are.
Blue team's
2 katas and a siege camp here. They just need to not let Raynor kill it. And that's a root. Oh, well, it was an interrupted root combo, but it still works. Diablo getting the finish. That will be it. So, I mean, that was just a shellacking. That was absolutely one of the more dominant victories you'll see there by Phoenix Rising. So much so that you gotta think, how's Bronze 6 gonna come back from that? Now, there's some issues with their draft, I think. There's no easy to execute stun here. they tried to get it done with the light bomb, but they weren't really syncing up the light bomb and the leap very well, in my mind. I think they're certainly capable of better. But that will be Phoenix Rising Esports taking map number 2 here in this best of 3 series. And so, for the second time tonight, we go to a game 3. So we're going to get set up for that game number 3. We'll be right back. Thank you all very much for All right. Welcome back, everyone. Next gaming series, DB Smiley here as we head into map number 3. And it's going to be the pass that is most Alterac. We are getting set up for this game now here on Alterac Pass. Waiting for people to stay ready. Absolutely dominant showing by Phoenix Rising Esports in game number 2. It was not close. And it never felt close, frankly. Even when everything seemed to go right for Bronze 6 at the start of Engage and they got a kill, they almost always had more deaths by the end. Even if they had a 5v4, couldn't get anything done with it. It just felt like they weren't able to ever get on the front foot, even when they did the things needed to be done to get on the front foot. See if they can do a bit better here into the draft. In this ultimate game 3, winner takes the series. 2 sets tonight that I've casted. I casted earlier Regen Phoenix versus one of the CCS teams. I can't remember how to pronounce particular, but it was a 2-1 in favor of Regen Phoenix in the B Northeast division. But this is just a completely different level. You can really see just how much less margin for error there is at this higher level, but also just how much more the teams are able to thrive in and organize. I think that's why I honestly think I peak out at around like a mid or like a high plat, low diamond. I know I'm low plat right now. Besides the is I can't interpret that chaos as fast as you guys do. So we see the Zag and Junkrat banned out. Lucio and Dahaka being banned by Bronze 6. If I recall correctly, they had Lucio in game 1. In fact, I actually know they did. So tells me they want something else. Might be a Brightwing, but would they pick it this early? They won't. They are going to go into Roadhog, aka Stitches. Stitches going to be picked. This is a pretty good Stitches map. A lot of jungle space to get potential hooks. A lot of predictable angles of approach. On the other side, there's the Brightwing, as well as the Tychus to try to address that bulky HP pool from the Stitches. 2 more picks to come here. I'd love to see something like a Malfurion. Something with really good follow-up for that Stitches hook. They're not going to pick anything yet, but they do have a really good kind of burst engage off lane, and I like that follow-up potential. So they have the Cassia and the Imperious coming. I haven't seen as much Imperious lately. It feels like he's fallen off rather considerably. They're going to ban out the Stukov, which, of course, can also follow up on both Imperious and Stitches. Albeit a bit trickier to follow up on Stitches just because there isn't the super reliable thing to hold someone in place the second or so you need. But it can still be done. So it's a good ban. And certainly the more popular healer. And 3 coming in, presumably a tank. It's gonna be a noob. I figured. So Noobrak banned out. Diablo definitely not as strong on this map, which is saw, I thought Gengi played it extremely well. And doesn't mean it can't be played, just not as strong. Is the next two picks going to be? Do they grab a tank and a damage? Do they show their off lane now? They're going to grab their tank and they're going to grab their off lane. So they're going to hold their last damage. I think to see kind of what the character is going to be. That or they just didn't, they may have enough options. We did see a Hogger in game number 1, played by Golden. And at times it was effective, but ultimately just had a hard time late game. But I think a lot of that had to do with a lack of seat on the side of Phoenix Rising East. Though I may be confusing that with the... That's a very strong possibility. Both series I cast tonight came. But there is a Genji. I have not seen a Genji in a while. And that is an Uther.
The hunt is on.
We could get some Divine Dragon Blade, maybe? I mean, X-Strike is the more typical play. There's a lot of... see, now with that Uther, it does open up a ton of options off the Stitches hook. Including, like, just a quick extra. But Lunara is the pick. That is one you don't see a lot. But it's the way to try to punish the Uther by just having a lot of AoE sustained damage. Doing a lot of damage more spread out, where Uther really wants to focus on saving a single target. Now, if you do that, that means you want the fights to take a lot of time. And Stitch's job, therefore, is to shorten the fights in order to favor Bronze 6. Looks like we got a pause right out of the gate. Jumping into the game. What happened? Looks like the pause was by Bronze 6. We'll be right back. We're getting the continued meme reference. Once again, game number 3 here. Winner take all in this series. We don't have a domination, so neither team getting 3 points out of tonight's match, but the winner will get 2, so the loser's 1. That always is... you only need to make playoffs by 1 point. All that matters. Did that. Hi, how are all of you? I mean, I'm talking like you'll be able to respond. There's a 30-second delay, so you'll be able to. I have a lovely beer. Called Grateful. It's from Star Hill Brewery, which is based out of Charlottesville, Virginia, which is where I live. Lovely town. I've been very happy since I've moved here. Looks like the countdown coming. Why do we need... The game hasn't fucking started yet. Why do we need a countdown? What? What? Sorry, they were doing a countdown, and I'm like, the game hasn't even fucking started yet. Why do we need a countdown? The fuck? I don't know. It seems like a waste to me. I'm a troll. I'm a forever troll. But here we go, looking at the talents. Being standard talents, I believe. I actually don't know Hogger's build. We do have the Hyper Shift Brightwing. There's the Charge Strikes once again. Uther has not picked a level 1 yet. We'll be interested to see where it goes, but let's go ahead. I forgot to do the introduction. Danny on Stitches, Mark on Cassia, Secret 333 on the Imperius, Kira on Genji, Ferret on Uther, and right out of the gate, that's exactly what you want to do on the side of Bronze 6. And as their damage scales, that will absolutely become a kill. On the right side, Alfie on Tyga, Split 2 Ends on Lunar, Golden on Hogger, Gingy Boy on the May, who gets hit once again! Oh my goodness, just an absolute sniper is Danny on that Stitches. He hit the same spot both times. Wow. And yeah, that is a quick May kill by Bronze 6, and that's just setting a tone. Very valuable on that end. Camp being started up here by the members of Bronze 6. Stitches just patiently waiting in the mid for the lane to come in. Alfie and Dreaded Wind working on their own camp. Camp should be out in the lane first for Bronze 6. This camp can take a while to clear. It is a very powerful camp, though. It is they are coded the same as the Hellbats on Brax's Holdout, but instead of 2, there's 3 of them. But they function the same. They're literally, they do exactly the same damage, they scale exactly the same everything. It's just a different skin, and there's 3 of them. Once again, these hooks. Just like styling at this point with these hooks. Sending a message, and a Game Boy taking a lot of damage from that. Level 4 talents are now here for Bronze 6. Right now, a 3v3 here in the mid. I'm just watching this because it's most interesting. That said, Genji versus Luna in the bot, just on principle, sounds interesting. Kind of a very, like, unstable matchup, because Luna should absolutely win this. But, like, if Genji can get the right thing to happen, Genji can just pop off. And I think I'm having a sense of deja vu that I've said this specifically about Kira's Genji before. Maybe I have. I'm getting a very weird sense of deja vu. Could just be I'm tired and have been drinking. Also, an equally possible explanation, as both teams, once again, working their Hellbats into the lane. Very even on XP. Slight lead, very slight lead in favor of Bronze 6 at the moment, but not much. Both teams doing a good job getting all these minions. Not missing any of that delicious, tasty soak. Num, 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 num. On this top lane, there's a spear. Gonna lead to a good chunk. Channel coming in here. Stitches, ooh, finds the hook once again onto Mei, but this time the grenade there and actually looking for some turnaround damage on the Stitches. But here comes Imperius. Oh, looking for the RKO. Does not find it. Ooh, there's a hook on the Brightwing though, and that is a dead-ass Fairy Dragon. That Fairy Dragon is dead as fuck. I believe is the technical phrase to use there. So, very good start here for Bronze 6. Kind of, you know, an important thing that you always have to think about is how does a team recover when just they go into a game and nothing goes right? Do they shut down? And the answer very much has been no. If anything, maybe the answer has been that Phoenix Rising has been a little bit cocky here early, kind of just not concerning themselves as enough with the Stitches hook, but you know, Danny's making them pay for it. The Stitches hooks have, I mean, this is like, if this keeps up, this is easy MVP onto Danny for the hooks alone. First objective coming up here for Bronze 6, and a very strong objective, one of the strongest in the game. But they are going to focus their attention towards the bot lane, wanting to set up potentially that early boss play. Furious, of course, up in the top, doing what he can do. Focus is mainly down here. Luna doing the best poke can do. Once that gate comes down, though, you got to be careful of that Stitches hook. And middle has been cleaned up. Brightwing is still in the mid, but of course can join the bottom at any time. Top has been cleaned up by Hogger. So they don't get any structures, but they do get bottom wall. Mid is actually still standing, gate down. And they get one of the towers top, but top is actually fairly even, which after an objective, you don't want that to be even. So ultimately, a good defense there by Phoenix Rising. Level 10s are now here. We have the Gorge. It is Dragon Blade. Yes, Divine Dragon Blade coming out We do have the Angelic Armaments and Ball Lightning. On the other side, this time it is Hortipult. Yep. Odin, Ice Wall, Leaping Strike, and the Blink Heal coming out from Brightwing. Hook there. Oh, boy. There's the Gorge. Oh, stunning her out. She couldn't get the Ice Wall off, and Mei goes down. Brightwing was going to Z in. That was risky, though. Yeah, I could have blinked out to a minion, but still very risky. And another pickoff here off the hooks from Danny is really impressing me as a hooker right now. His hooks are definitely making him happy. Imperius coming down on the flank. Something Luna needs to be cognizant of. Oh, Ice Wall does not catch anyone. That is a big cooldown used. That's that hook down, so you're going to see a pretty aggressive engage. Oh, good unstoppable there. On to Stitches, and now here comes the Divine Dragon Blade. Looking at Lunara and the Brightwing. Brightwing is low, and Hogger has gone down. Brightwing soon to follow, but Danny might drop here. Danny, in fact, does drop. Brightwing goes down to the Genji in the back, now turning attention onto Lunara. Lunara actually does do some death rattle damage, but the healing is there. It's not going to come up. Blizzard going to catch two, but Alfia just having to walk away from that. And so it is a 4-for-1 trade, but the health bars are very low on the side of Bronze 6 all the same. They do not step up to start channel progress, fight the power play. Good, Cassie, you're going to drop back, start working on this seat. So, Mei will be alive soon, and both teams 5 alive, back to a full lineup on the field. Kira up in the top. Luna going to get some vision with the poison. Oh, Brightwing has been gorged. And good blink heal out. Love the collapse from the team. Recognizing that Brightwing has the escape, but only if there's a teammate nearby. Great escape there by Shredded Wind. Really love that collapse. That was just good heads-up play there by Phoenix Rising Esports. And they're going to need to do things like that to prevent Stitch's Gorge from getting these pickoffs. Hook comes out, did not collect. Looking for the Ice Wall, there it is. Now turning their attention. Looks like there might be a focus on the Stitches. Nope, unstoppable from the Uther. Out. Hey, with a decent engage there. Polymorph onto the Imperius. They're chunking out good damage, but not really in position to get any kind of finish. Kira on the flank, potentially looking in the backline. Ooh, that is a gorged Odin. Mei on the chase, though, making sure... Oh, but the spear comes in to prevent the escape. Now here comes the Dragon's Blade, and I think Genji's about to pop off. That is, Tygus got hooked over the wall and went down. Genji going to be able to get the finish. Hasn't gotten a finish yet. Brightwing's still handling it. Kira might actually not survive this. Oh, good poly. Kira low. Has the Uther. Oh, dodged Uther heal. Good jukes. Those are the only things my team ever dodges in Storm League. My heals. There you go. Imperius does finish off the rest of this tower mid. Channel progress ongoing, 15 seconds and counting. Looks like this is going to be a give with the 2-level advantage to Bronze 6. And a lot of that XP gap comes not from the kill itself, but from the fact that it's one less person to soak safely. And that limits how much you can really do on the map. So that 2-level lead is big. Bronze 6 in the catbird seat. looking to win this game. Oh my goodness. That is one happy pimp right now. Just hooking like that. Absolute just, I mean, honestly, Danny is just playing out of his goddamn mind. He's just playing outside of his goddamn mind right now. Imperius going to be able to clean up the mid. But a good job by Phoenix Rising at least killing the mid. That said, I mean, they're going to have to address this top lane. Odin comes out looking for the defense. 4v2, have to avoid the hook there. Pardon the yawning again. Have to avoid the hook there. Still no 16. Here comes the big defense, though. Keep wall down top. Makes the top boss a significant threat. In fact, getting the forts down in both... Oh, no. Oh, no. The hook once again. I mean, Danny's just... How many kills have not come off Stitch's hook? Not many. You know, if you count kills that come after Stitch's hook starts the fight, I think they may have literally all come off Stitch's hook. Very open to being told I'm wrong on that, but like Danny is just playing one of the best Stitch's games you could theoretically play. Just absolutely sensational. I mean, it's, you know, it's creating mistakes on the side of Phoenix Rising Esports. Mistakes that aren't really mistakes, but are just the Stitch's hook makes it so. And, you know, both teams getting a boss into the lane, but certainly you favor being in Bronze 6's seat here. Although both teams actually going to commit to a defense, but Bronze 6 reasonably doing so just because the next objective is in the bottom lane. And so it will let them at least get there closer, maybe get some quick channel progress while the top is being cleaned up by Phoenix Rising. Only about a level and an inch away from level 20 are the members of Bronze 6. Fish is going to group them up. Secret going to start that channel. Is there going to be an interrupt? There is not, so the timer has started. Ice Wall comes out, does not manage to collect anyone. Uther is going to get caught out here. Uther does have a D-shield and is going to pop the self-D-shield. Now looking for the stun ball lightning. Okay, there's a kill that wasn't from Stitch's hook. Ooh, Gorge onto Danny. Luna, though, chasing down the Uther. Uther will at least be able to get some ghost heals here, but is going to be down for the count. And that might enable a kill onto Imperius here, who quickly is finding himself in a bit of a sticky wicket, but does manage to get away. So, 1-for-1 trade, but you're trading the Uther out for the Mei. The timer has been stopped at 35 seconds. By the way, mid-fort just taking an absolute beating at the moment. So, with the need to clear that Bronze 6, is probably going to lose this mid-fort. They actually lost the bottom fort there as well. So, quick little turnaround. Actually, now a structural lead in principle on the side of Phoenix Rising Esports. Even if in, you know, if you look at that top lane, it's still pretty deeply concerning. Oh, there's the hook onto Stitches. Stitches did not have Gorge yet, but he's going to have it again soon. Timer was stopped by the minions, actually. Ooh, polymorph onto Imperius. He goes in, looks for Imperius. Hook just barely off target, but Kira manages to dive in and find Luna and gets the heal needed to stay alive. Ice Wall onto Stitches. Here comes the Blizzard. Stitches does get stunned. Need to be careful of the Hook Gorge here. Bronze 6 stepping up. Hook does not connect onto anyone. Level 20's here. We do have the Master Hooker from Stitches, by the way. Upgraded D-Shield. Upgraded Dragon Blade. Just upgrading all the art. Except Bolt Lightning. That's the only one that wasn't. But going with Titan's Revenge. Getting some extra basic attack damage. As well as ignoring armor. How useful the latter is a bit, you know, but certainly the extra damage with high avoidance, which Cassie will pretty much always have, is pretty good. So it looks like the focus will be here into the bottom lane by Bronze 6. I mean, keep in mind, though, if Phoenix Rising Esports is able to defend this and keep, let's say, 2 of their keeps alive, I think all 3 might be a tall order, though it's possible. They are absolutely still in this game because of the fact that they have gotten the mid and bottom fort. They're not out of it yet. But they have to be cognizant of the Stitches hook here. Especially once this sidewall goes down. Stitches is going to look for the hook. Finds it. Gets on to Hogger. Oh, good ice wall, though. Oh, but the cleanse. They're going in for Danny, but broken up a bit by the Mei. Good escape. Good disengage. But oh no, Luna went down. And there's the hook onto Hogger. Master Hooker is online. Looking for it. Finds a minion. Yeah, fuck that minion in particular. Top keep has gone down, which I fully expected to occur. 4v5 defense right now. There is a cavalry on the core. Ooh, Secret went in for Gangy. Didn't quite get the hit. Hook doesn't land either. Could be an opportunity to defend this keep. It is about 40% health. Looking for the Blizzard. There's the blind. Ooh, good unstoppable there by Gangy Boy. Gets the Brightwing Z. They are fighting 4v5, but they desperately want to defend this keep. So long as you have 2 keeps standing, the core has enough armor, it's hard to finish it. But they have to now be cognizant of bosses. That's going to be very important. Arguably, the bottom boss would be better for Bronze 6, just to try to open up a keep. I mean, if they got top, it wouldn't be bad by any means. But that is actually the direction they're heading, so, you know, great minds think alike. Except I'm Plat, so these guys are thinking like a Plat Scrub Lord. They must suck at this. I'm a troll. Here comes the engage. Ooh, Gangy showed. Danny knows they're there. They're going to try to finish this. This is going to be a 5v5. Ice Wall does not connect on anyone, though. The big ult down. Here comes the engage, though, and oh, this might be the opportunity. Oh, but the big D shield did not quite land onto Imperius, but he still survives nonetheless. And the Dragon Blade is going to make the difference here, I think. It's 2 for 2 at the moment, but Kira is becoming the mayor of Kill City. Stitch is still on the point, though, but Stitch is about to drop. The boss is going to be capped by Phoenix Rising, and Genji is going to have to just walk away from this one. And does manage to escape. Wants to get onto Gangy Boy. But that was a good steal by Phoenix Rising, if only to prolong the game, which is what they need to do right now. They need to prolong the game. They need to make sure that they save their keeps. They have to win the next objective. There's no world in my mind where Phoenix Rising loses the next objective and can still be alive. Their core would absolutely die. So they're going to go ahead and presumably start working on channel progress now. Mei is going to go ahead and group up the minions, burn them down with the help of Hogger. Hogger going to go ahead and get that channel going. And the 45-second timer is on the clock. Stitch is up in 7, though. No great stagger here. It's going to be a very important fight. Right now, clearing up the mid and the top. Gotta think, that Mei and company is going to start looking at backing up, but no! They get the stun onto Imperius. Hogger went in hard, though. Ice Wall comes out. Catches 2, but Mei has fallen. And, oh, big D shield. Tychus is gorged. Luna trying to go in. Big red button could help secure some kills. Luna might be able to pop off with the help of Hogger. There we go. Mark is low. Mark goes down, but the channel has been finished by Phoenix Rising. And is this the comeback of the century that we are seeing about to unfold? Genji tries to pop off and gets the kill out of the Brightwing. That kill is huge. Absolutely huge. No healing now. So this might be a situation where Phoenix Rising, they just live to fight another day, but they don't actually get a chance to end the game here. Very possible. They want to focus this bottom lane down. That said, the boss on the map that is here is in the top lane. You can see that top lane cavalry pushed way back. So it's a situation where, as it currently stands, top boss potentially wins now that we're past the 22-minute mark on the side of Bronze 6. Whereas it really doesn't even necessarily get keep on the side of Phoenix Rising Esports. Luna is in the bottom, starting to work that keep down. Can then rotate mid, but Imperius is alive. Genji will be alive soon. That's kind of the bigger threat. Gotta watch the hook. Can't get hit by the hook. Okay, they don't. Two keeps down. This is now a very different game. And just like that, just don't look at the kill differential. Look at the map. This game is actually being won by Phoenix Rising right now. With two keeps down, a couple of kills, Phoenix Rising can end the game. That same luxury cannot be said of Bronze 6 necessarily. They'd have to go through the mid. It would be too hard to do. But there we talked about that boss play, and that boss earlier that I said would only get fort and keep wall. Now it might very well get the game. I mean, let's take a look. Keep wall is still actually fairly healthy. That's going to help, but Bronze 6 not able to contest this. They're going to just try to get their mid into lane and then have to sit back and defend. The other boss won't be up for a minute, so looks like this could be Phoenix Rising just hanging around here and looking for the push. Maybe getting some invisible friends in. Got Golden on the flank, just seeing if anyone tries to come in the side here. Hook comes out, does not connect. Boss is beefy. Keep an eye on the boss's health. Doing about 300 or 35,000. Ice wall hits two. Imperius has to spear over. Oh, big stun. Is this the opportunity they need? Oh, the huge D-shield from the Uther saves the day. Oh my goodness. That would have ended the game. That would have absolutely ended the game if Uther didn't play that perfectly. But this boss, 12,000 health, and it is heading onto a core that only has 28 and only 20 armor, and this core is dropping fast. It's below 20, and Bronze 6 not going to be able to save this, I think. It is down to 79,000 and falling, and down goes Imperius, and Phoenix Rising brings it back. My goodness, that game was as one-sided as game number 2, but ultimately, unlike game number 2, there was a comeback. And that is Alterac Pass for you. You can see comebacks like that. I've seen them before. We take a look at the post-game stats, and just came down. I mean, you got some great D-shields late game, but just some really good saves. That Ice Wall was good at the end, countered by the D-shield, but that baited that out. And Hogger really playing strong down the stretch. That was kind of the X factor. Did that. Unfortunately, Bronze 6 not able to close that out, so they're going to drop to 1 and 2. But congratulations to Phoenix Rising getting the 2-1. Stand by to see if we can do an interview. We'll be right back. Thank you everyone for watching, and stay tuned. right, welcome back everyone to Gimme Series. DB Smiley here. I am joined by Alfie and Gingy Boy of the victorious Phoenix Rising Esports tonight. First, congratulations on the win. Alfie, if I'm going to throw it to you first, how you guys feeling after that series?
We're feeling pretty good. We were screaming pretty loud at the end there. It was definitely hard fought, and
Yeah.
we didn't play to our best when we started it off, but we finished strong, which is the important thing. So we're all feeling very excited today.
Obviously, I mean, we're going to definitely spend a bit of time talking about 3, but let's get back to game number 1, Towers of Doom. You guys started out okay there. It was when you were strong, which was the early game, you kind of got a little dicked in terms of like, 2 solo shrine phases. When you were doing well, that game kind of got away from you though at the midway point, and just Bronze 6 took off with it. What do you think went wrong for you guys there? Either of you can.
I think they just came out and executed their game plan better. There were a couple times where we were just not coordinating our abilities. Like I whiffed on a gust when we had a cocoon target, for example. We weren't getting effective ganks on the off lane. We played sloppy, and they executed their game plan very well. We don't have a lot of experience with things like that, and then just unfortunately we got greedy at times, and the game just kind of ran away from us in the late game because we just didn't execute and got picked off too much in the early and mid game.
And obviously in the late game, then there was the structural. Although,
Yeah.
so here's the thing: I'm actually having a hard time remembering exactly what happened in your game because I casted Towers of Doom early, my first set as a game 1 too, so it broke my brain a little. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean late game they just kept rotating through structures. There wasn't really a lot we could do, and then
Right,
when we
yeah,
were
the classic shell game maneuver.
yeah, and then once we had even talents, we tried to pick a fight and didn't get the engage or the initiation that we wanted, and like the follow up was just inconsistent. So really, it was just they played better than us. They out rotated us. They outplayed us, and hats off to them. They had a very good game plan that first game.
Well, speaking of one team playing better than another, let's talk about game number 2 because I mean it just seemed like whatever Bronze 6 did, you were able to respond to. And just specifically, one of the things I want to talk about is how there were at least 2 instances during that game where during an objective, they got a kill and had a 5v4, but weren't able to do anything. What do you kind of attribute that specific facet of game number 2?
Zagara. That's it. That's
okay. Fair. Kinda, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Ultimately, they struggled because they didn't have a great way to get past my banelings and just the amount of poke that we had. We had that plus a leeming with orb. Like there was no way they could realistically get in without taking too much damage because they had a Johanna and a Rainer as their first picks, right? Like you need to dive the hell out of Zag to get any kind of thing going, and they just never were able to because their comp wasn't built for it, and we rained hell.
Man, I think you guys also responded well to the deep portals. Dreaded wind, dropping a lot of silence.
Absolutely.
Game number 3. Let's focus more for now, kind of on the early game, and then we'll talk about the turn. I mean, it was looking rough. I'm not gonna lie. I think they won the first 3 objectives, if I'm counting right.
I believe so. Yes.
What was going wrong on those earlier objectives? What was going wrong earlier in the game, and what did you change in order to make that stop going wrong?
You could take over if you like, Jinji.
Early game on the third game was mostly just down to hooks.
Yeah.
I got hooked twice right off the bat, and it just kept spiraling from there. We kept getting picked off from hooks in their combo, and due to those picks, we were very behind in the macro game, and so they were just ahead in every facet. And so really, we just had to. If we had stopped taking every hook that we could find, in the early game, we probably would have been better off. But yeah, those macro mistakes or the macro falling behind due to those, we kind of just couldn't keep keep up, and the objectives were lost every time we tried because there was either a pick or we had to rotate somewhere else, and we weren't able to ever set up properly for those first few objectives.
Right.
Um,
You said
and
something.
then
You said something there that I feel it's important for me to write down. Hang on. Don't get hit. All right, I'm good. I got it written down.
yes, it's a very important thing.
It's a
and we just simply
nuanced
forgot how
point, but
to.
it's a very nuanced point. But I think
the subtle side steps need to be a thing. You know what I mean?
okay. So
Yeah.
let's take a minute and let's now talk about what was, I think, obviously the turning point of the game. That bottom boss invade. You know, obviously you had to negotiate the divine blade. I don't know what to call that combo.
Dragon Blade.
Well, but the dragon,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
but the combo,
Yeah, fair
right?
enough.
It's because it's not just the dragon blade or
Yeah.
the divine shield, but the combination thereof that really completes
Mm-hmm.
the the divine dragon blade certainly was wreaking havoc late. How did you guys negotiate that? Because let's be clear, you won that fight by kind of the skin of your teeth, but kind of not.
absolutely.
Like what was the kind of make or break point in your guys' mind in the fight?
I mean, honestly, they got fairly good engages in the year like beginning, and I was getting flanked by the Cassia. I think the main thing that happened is me and Lunara were able to do enough damage to the team that was clumped up there for Hogger to absolutely just clean up.
Yeah.
Golden just annihilated the entire team there and did just enough damage and had just enough health for May to stay on point and make sure everybody died except the Genji, and then from there we were able to regain macro control and actually win the top objective, and like that it's mostly we did enough and Hogger cleaned up for us.
Yeah.
It was a very good play by Golden.
There are definitely some really strong Hogger plays by the end. Well, with that, pulling up the standings now, although I need to up points. Obviously, very very early. Only one match in. What is your team's goal this? I always like to ask that in week.
I mean, I think we want to win the division, obviously. And I want to make sure that the main thing that we do is we come out strong and come out like we did the second game in every game that we play. And we don't underestimate anybody, play it seriously, and just, make sure that we're doing the best we can in the heroes we have and just stick to our game plan. I think that's the goal. We want to play well. We're going to have a good time doing it, and we want to win. It's pretty simple.
All right. Well, with that, thank you so much for jumping in and do this interview, and the floor belongs to you two now for shoutouts.
Did you get those shoutouts, baby?
Nah, you're good. You can take over.
Honestly, Gingy's Diablo in Game 2 was filthy. We'll
Very
definitely
strong,
enjoy
yeah.
that with the Sagara. Golden's Hogger on Game 3 was just clutch enough to win the game. And honestly, that top fight on the objective with Lunara damage once I got picked off, that Lunara killed everybody at the end there. We need to shout that out. That was
crazy.
Wow. Level 20 scaling, baby. So hats off to those three. I think we did well, and we're going to keep going from there.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for coming in. And with that, we will draw this evening to a close. I am DB Smiley. I finish this doubleheader, and take care.